In residential electric, we have a thing called the 80% rule. That means that for heating circuits, although it's not just limited to heating circuits, you can't exceed 80% of the breaker's capacity. So in this case, it's a 20 amp breaker. That would be 16 amps. So I got a call. A local handyman was doing some work in a customer's house and noticed that this breaker was pretty warm. It was actually hot. He said that there was about 5 heaters on the circuit, which, even though they were small heaters, sounded like a lot. He had disconnected 2 or 3 of them and still experienced this breaker heating up. So he gave me a call. I did an amp test. It was only drawing 8 amps at the time, but the breaker was hot as heck. I don't know what the amp draw was before he disconnected some of the heaters, but I'm sensing that was probably close to 20 amps. It's probably generating so much heat for such a long period of time that it changes the characteristics of the bimetal mechanism inside the breaker that causes it to appropriately trip. So this thing was so hot, it especially when I pulled it out, we have the metal parts that I was able to really get a sense for how hot it was. I didn't have my laser thermometer on me at the time, but I'm sure it was quite hot. And this was the effect over time. You can see some of the scorch marks on the Bakelite. Obviously the wires were affected. So replaced the breaker. Right now it's only drawing 8 amps. It's nice and cool now. But I guess the moral of the story is there's a very good reason for the 80% rule. So for those of us in the business, always make sure you're working within those confines. And for residential customers, if something seems wrong, it's a good chance it probably is. So if something seems warm or making some noise in your panel, give me a call and I'll be happy to check it out.